Welcome back to Comfy Combos, where real people have real conversations.
So grab your snacks and grab your tea and make sure it's hot.
Hyping. Okay?
Yeah.
Because today we have a special guest.
Introduce yourself, special guest.
But I'm the special guest. My name is Sydney Yoffett. I'm a musician, a content creator, and I love the show, and I'm very happy to be here.
He loves the show. Oh my god.
So tell them what we're getting into today, girl.
So today, first, we have a submission that our special guest is going to read.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to get into our situationship story times and talk a little bit about our sexualities.
Clung clung.
Yeah. So to start off, we're going to have a submission. Take it away.
All right, so we have a submission from Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie girl.
You are our first TikTok submission. We've never had a follower from TikTok submit a story before.
Well,
so thank you. Yeah.
I am tweaking to be the one reading the first TikTok submission.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Hello, Frankie. Okay, so I'm going to just get straight to it. We like that. It's October 25th, 2012.
It's October 23rd.
2012.
2012. Oh,
yeah,
snap. Okay.
Are you older than us?
I turned 18 June of that year, and I thought I was grown, but I still live with my mama. I had freedoms, but with limits. Come on, she a black mama. I was still a child to her, as you always gonna be.
Yeah.
You always gonna be. And to preface, I have always been shaped like a grown woman. She was on me like a bulldog when it comes to boys.
I felt you, girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm talking to this guy on an app called Meet Me. We have been liking and connecting for a long time, been having combos about sex. He knew I was a virgin, and we were planning for him to pop the cherry. Okay, all right, So a friend from high school was having a little kickback. I was invited, and that was my cover. Remember, my mama was on guard.
You love a good cover.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm geeked. I got my sister to drop me off at the party, and he was going to pull up and get me. Boom. Plan going smoothly. He picks me up. He lived with his mom, so we had to do it in his car. That was the first. I was about to say that was the first red flag, and it was in the okay. However,
First time in a car.
Yeah.
We just read a submission. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. I watched it. I watched it. I was gonna say that was your first red flag. That's your first time. He should have gone out of his way
somewhere nice.
Yeah,
especially 18,
and especially let's get into it because there's a lot more wrong here. However, he must have been living in the damn truck because there was literally clothes bags and boxes in the entire back 2 rows. Like we couldn't even lean back in the front seats.
Dang.
Like this was his apartment for real? That's crazy. Okay. We had to make a hole to let the seat back. So we
make a hole.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, girl. Go ahead.
Making a hole in debris to get it popping for your
first time is crazy.
Come on, sister, you deserved way more than this. So we sit for like 20 minutes talking. He's asking if I'm nervous, and to be honest, I wasn't. I had done gave head. Ooh, girl, you country. I had done gave head a few times. I knew what to do, just not how to do it. So we started there in the front seat, and in front of a vacant house.
Oh my god!
In the car, had to make a hole.
This sounds
in
dangerous.
Front of a vacant house.
I would have got out the car.
This sounds really
you're allowed
dangerous.
to tell the story. This sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In front of a vacant house, I give him a little top. Then it's time for the deed. The deed. He was a bigger boy, but he managed to squeeze on top of me in the small space we had in the passenger seat. He put it in. It hurts, so he not all the way in.
Oh my god!
The man is 4 tip strokes in. Eyes
oh my
closed,
god!
mouth
tip
water.
strokes is a crazy sentence.
Bruh.
tip strokes.
Not
Reading
even
that was
all the way
insane.
in is wild.
4 tip strokes in, eyes closed, mouth hanging open, pure bliss.
Okay. She got
The
that,
imagery
yeah.
is okay, period.
Real.
You write books? Let me hear.
Not right books.
Just saying, it's perfect. This is it. It said, mouth hanging open, pure bliss. I'm just staring like, this is it? That should definitely not be your thought anytime during your first time at all.
Most first times be like that. No comment.
My business. This is it. Mid thought, I see the Slav form on his bottom lip. And
Ew.
before I could react, it's on my lip.
Seeing the slob form,
Yeah.
it's like a drip.
I'd have teleported.
Girl, I don't know what I would have did if I would have seen it coming, because I know you seen our last video, girl.
Yeah.
That's why she submitted it.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Niggas really just be out here slobbing. That's insane.
It really is really crazy.
That's insane. All I could say was, "Oh shit, you slobbing." He finished all in the same breath and was like, "My bad. It was feeling too good." I never talked to him again and pretended I was still a virgin because there was no way in hell it went like that, girl. You I don't know. You was just, what were you, a flashlight? Because that wasn't it. I definitely.
Did he ever get farther than the tip?
No, she said 4 tip strokes in. And all
I hope y'all
one
use
breath.
protection.
Me too.
Yeah, honestly,
I was just about to say that.
Honestly,
in a car and all his stuff in there.
And did you make him get out before 4 strokes in? You know,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry that was your first
Watching
time.
it form, it has me stuck.
I'm shaking in my boots watching it form.
That is so nasty.
I felt it.
And then all in the same breath. I'm sorry, it was too good. But like, was this his first time too?
Yeah.
That would.
Is that what it? Yeah.
I mean, there still wouldn't be an excuse, but
I give you a little grace.
A little
if that's
bit
your
of
first
grace.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
But was it?
Ooh.
I hope so.
I
really do too.
Because if he
That
give every
makes
girl
no
that
sense.
treatment, baby.
If that, like, please let us know, because I need to
you
know.
got that good.
Did you go into this thinking or being under the impression that this was like the first time for him, or like did he talk it up like he'd done this before? You know,
More questions. Always more questions.
always more questions.
Always.
More questions.
Which is so surreal. I'm sitting here and I have the questions now because I'm always listening and I'm like, no. We have more questions, and they're not going to comment. Like, please comment. Let us know. Let me know. Because
we need to do some follow-ups on these stories because I need to know the questions that we're asking.
He's putting a bad rep out for just men in general.
Aren't they all?
She said they met on a dating app.
Oh yeah.
Identify as such, y'all.
Now I really hope you use the condom, girl. He could have anything.
Slopping on me and I met you on a.
She said, I
wouldn't talk to you either.
Hey, hold on. Hey, man. Say, man.
Like, that was the first time they were seeing each other, like, and he slobbed on you.
I mean, I don't know what you got attached to you, clearly, because all that was a lot.
Never, ever see me again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, thank you for your submission, Frankie. And as always, more questions. Many more questions.
And many more.
Like, do you know if he ever found a real place? Like, or does he just...
Oh, yeah. Did he actually live in his car?
To this
Saying
day?
You had to make a hole so you could lean the seat back.
Like, I know your central nervous system was going crazy.
And they're like, if he had somewhere to put his stuff, he would have put it there. So he probably did live in his car or something.
Girl, I know you see my face. I was just sitting here in shock for like 5 minutes. I swear to God. Like,
I also hope you took from this, like, to trust those red flags when you, like, because I know your central nervous system went, okay, he pulled up in the car, we don't have a place to go, and you probably were like, this isn't quite how I wanted the first time to go. I hope you, like, took that in stride and, like, are better at setting boundaries now, because...
Girl, let me tell you, I hated my family strictness, but to some degree, I'd be grateful.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Girl, it'd be saving you from a lot.
About to say, keep you out of situations.
Yeah, definitely. I went from like a very strict household to like a completely loose household, so I know the dangers of both.
So I suppose that story was on theme of what we were talking about, or what we were going to talk about, which was our hot girl summer stories. I said, what did I say in the beginning? Our situationships. I didn't mean to say that. We did that last week.
Yeah.
I meant our hot girl summer story times. So who wants to go first?
I feel like our hot girl summer stories are shared because it happened at the same year. Like, I was with her all summer.
We could talk about first. We could talk about how we met these people, or are you talking about the friend of mine, or are you talking about who you worked with, or you want to talk about both? You know what I'm talking about?
Who's the friend of you?
Of my guy, the friend of my guy, because our guys were friends, but you also had another guy who we worked with.
True. Yeah. I did.
Both?
Because I had a pause between the one that I work with, so it's not like yeah. I mean, actually had more eventful summer, but we're not gonna say everything.
More what?
I don't need y'all to have all my tea because that summer it wasn't just them two.
What do you mean for you? Oh, I mean it wasn't for me either, but that was like the most
eventful
thing I put my most energy into. Yeah, I guess.
Bet.
So we all, should I say the company? Like where we worked at?
Yeah, girl, I don't care.
Okay, so we all worked at Safeway. We always talk about like the summer of 2020. And we all worked at Safeway. And
it was surprisingly eventful for it to have been the beginning of COVID. I will say that.
Bruh, I made the mistake of starting to work at a grocery store. In the beginning, I have never seen long lines so long and carts so full that it was so everybody was buying 10 of everything. Like they need to give us a raise.
So you got to see that in real time.
In real time, we were essential workers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit was really crazy.
Oh yeah, because I started working there a bit before you, and then when she came. They said it's that school's out for a 2-week lockdown.
It was like day one.
That was her training. COVID.
Yeah, because I was supposed to, you know how like when you start training, you're supposed to like do computer stuff. When I started, they put me on cashier immediately, and they was like, "Yeah, you're gonna do 4 hours, 12 to 4." Okay, 4 o'clock came. They're like, "No, you're gonna stay till 8." I was like, "Excuse the fuck out of me," because the lines were so long and it was so much shit.
Bruh, they don't care about your availability. I swear to goodness.
I've never believed in just having your schedule changed without being talked to beforehand. I would never show up for those shifts. I'm like, because that's not what the fuck I agreed to, and I'm not about to. I was already working 3:30 to midnight.
Yeah, when you start there. All your shifts 3 to midnight, 3 to midnight, 3:30 to midnight. You be like, dang. At first it'd be like cool because I ain't gotta come to work till 3. Go to sleep.
I don't get to go home till 12.
Oh, it was and when they would schedule you for 7 the next day.
Oh, that's torture.
Yeah.
I am your slave.
That whole company was torture.
Yeah, never again. Yeah.
Never.
Anyway, so our coworkers, me and her were cashiers. Our coworkers were courtesy clerks, so they like collected carts and stuff. Are you also going to talk about Deli Boy?
Yeah, I don't care.
My bitch was doing her big one.
Okay.
So this was after Deli Boy though, right?
What? No, I met. No,
you what?
So I was dealing with. Girl, I don't care about these names. I was dealing with.
Oh my god,
rapper. I was dealing with a rapper that summer before, but we stopped. So when I met I had met him soon as I started working there.
Okay.
Oh, but I was living with.
Girl, you are all over the map. What the hell?
Give a good hot girl down.
Okay.
Didn't. He was busy. I don't talk about him. I ain't mentioning him. But
so how do you and Mr. Courtesy Clerk start talking?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, working at this grocery store company that we shall not name because we don't care. Did you name it?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I don't care.
No free promo from me.
I started, period. Okay.
Yeah.
No money off us. No coins. I started working there in January and I met him. I didn't meet him until second week of February. So at the grocery store, my name is China, okay? But my name is also Lolita, okay? So people were kind of like calling me Lolita because my name gets irritating because people make stupid jokes. Oh, you're Chinese. Oh, look at your eyes. Chinese. So I was like, no, we're just going to call me Lolita and we're going to keep it pushing off that. So I walked in one night. Y'all was real cute and I always tell people what I had on. I had me on a light blue puffer coat. Okay, with a sleek curly ponytail down below the booty. Okay, I had me on some nice, well, our shirts were black, but we had polos, so either way it was cute. Then I had me on some skinny jeans. They was black and tight. Booty was okay, always. And I had on some like Nike boots. And so I went upstairs because it was cold as hell that winter. And I'm looking at the schedule, so I'm looking. And he's like sitting in the back like a ghost. I swear to God,
This man was always a ghost.
Always hood on, mask up. Like I did not know who this nigga was. But I liked his voice. He was mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got you.
Yeah, it was.
That'd be the downfall.
It was.
Because once you start discovering those mysteries.
Okay, it was fun.
Janky.
Man. So he was like, and y'all gonna be like, but it's okay, y'all. I'm okay now. So he was like, excuse me. And I was like, ooh, his voice is deep. Okay, it was deep, honey. And he's sitting at the table and I'm turning around, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, I was gonna tell him Lolita, but I didn't. I was like, China. And he was like, China, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, are you being abused? I was like,
what kind of question is that?
Yeah.
I just said, yeah. I was like, yeah, because I was like, and so he was like, yeah, I can tell because I was like, why? And he was like, I could just tell, like I felt like God just wanted me to ask you that. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was about to lie to you because I don't know you like that. And like, why are you asking me that?
What the fuck? I need to know.
Exactly. And he was just like, nah, because, you know, I'm a courtesy clerk, so I be taking the carts in and out. And I see you when you come to work. And you be like, the way you get out the car, the way he stares at you when you're walking into work, like I could just tell. Wow. Like by the mannerisms. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. And he was just like, yeah, I think you should just get out of that. Like whatever it is, it's not my business, but I hope you cool. So I'm like, all right, thank you. There he go. What's your sign? I'm like, a Virgo. I ain't never messed with a Virgo before. I was like,
oh, that was the red flag right there. How you gonna pick me up out of my trauma and pull me? What was his sign?
Not automatically just.
He's a Pisces.
Yeah, them niggas ain't it either.
Boy,
we're gonna talk about my Pisces story.
4 years strong, so he's pretty okay.
Oh, this is him?
Yes.
I thought you were saying he was the one.
Me.
Okay.
Oh, heck no, that was a Leo.
Okay.
He was a Leo. He was a Leo. So
Leos are not it.
It didn't happen like right after what I'm saying, but that's just what ended up happening. And then he gave me his number. He came to my register. I was on register 1. Everybody know 1 and 2 and 7. No, 1, 2, and 6 is the best registers in the world. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
Bring me your 2 items. Thank you. So I'm like, he was like, yeah, this is my number. Last drink was like 1090. It don't matter. It's not his number no more. I was just like, ooh, who is this?
Oh my God.
It's this man. Okay. That's how I met him.
I said, oh girl.
I'm gonna let you say how you met yours and then we can go to the stories.
Okay. So I met mine by being a creep for real.
Not for real.
I would see him walking around. But I think he noticed me first before I noticed him because I think China had said something to me about how because she was cool with him. I think you said something because I don't talk to people, guys. I'm so quiet. It's really scary. Like, people don't like me because of it, but like, I promise, like, I'm cool. But he said something to you about it, and then she said something to me. I can't remember. Do you remember what he said? I can't remember what he said to you.
I think he just asked like, "Who were you?" And I was like, "That's my best friend." And then he was like, "Oh, she's single?" And I'm like, "Yeah." What the? And then I know before she was like, no, after he said that, I never even said nothing to her at first. And then she was like, "He is fun. And look at his lips and do. And I was just like,
juicy ass
girl,
lips,
you should say something. You should say something because them two is friends. You should say something. You should say something." And she was like, no. I think I'll just watch from afar.
I did. I literally was like, I'm good with just staring at him. Like, literally. Yes. I didn't talk to him for like so fucking long. I was just looking at him.
Very, very long time.
I was so content. I'm like, I'm gonna just admire you from afar. Like, you don't even gotta be, you know.
And them two, in my opinion, were like the finest men. I was gonna say the N word. Finest ones in there. So it just wasn't us that was looking. Okay.
Let me watch my mouth because that word is littered in my vocabulary.
You could really say it. I just, I'm trying to be careful.
I feel it.
Yeah. I honestly don't even remember how me and him started talking. I really don't.
I do.
Go ahead then.
So I was putting her on or whatever because them two was friends. This is my best friend. And my best friend is like, yeah, I know your courtesy clerk. We went to school together.
I did go to school with her a little thing.
I was like, what you know about him? Because everybody in here don't know nothing. And she was just like, he cool for her. He be in relationships long term. Like, that's what I know. I don't know nothing bad about him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, cool me. She cleared you. Okay. So I go upstairs. They had a habit of like when we were busy or they felt like we worked a lot, they would order us Chick-fil-A trays. Which I'm still wondering how they did that in the evening time. Because you know they only give
catering order.
Right, but I thought they only did that in the morning time.
Caters?
Mm-hmm. No, catering the chicken minis.
Oh.
I always wondered how, like, did you pre-order them?
Chick-fil-A.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. But it's like,
look like I was about to get jumped. Y'all like Chick-fil-A then? Okay, alright.
You never had Chick-fil-A?
Ever?
Never had Chick-fil-A. It's crazy. Is there a reason why?
So I've just never, like, I don't know, Wendy's and McDonald's were like always around where we lived. And then when I like grew up, I heard that it was like owned by racists. So it was just like, okay, well, I never spent money there anyway, so you know. But like everybody talks about the waffle fries and the chicken
Who
sandwich.
said wait, Chick-fil-A was
I want waffle fries.
Yeah.
They're Christians. They're not racist.
And
they're Christians. They don't like the LGBT community.
Yeah, they don't support the LGBT.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So you don't eat there just because that?
Well, no. Like I said, it was just like a sequence of events. Like I just never ate there before, and then when I got old enough to like spend my own money there, like I heard that, so it was just like, oh well, not really a loss, I guess. But I do want to try it. Like I don't know.
They're good. They're definitely good. But
and I think when I wanted to try it was around the craze or when it like everybody wanted them chicken sandwiches.
Busy.
And I wasn't even touching them chicken sandwiches. I didn't care where it came from. Popeyes chicken. I mean Popeyes, Wendy's. I didn't want no chicken sandwiches because I don't know. Boondocks had me shook.
Okay.
Not Boondocks.
Boondocks had me shook.
But they brought chicken minis, and I remember telling my boo, like, yeah, I saved you some upstairs on a plate because everybody in there was greedy. If you leave your food, it's gone. So he was like, all right, cool. So then her courtesy lawyer was there, and I was just like, yeah, my friend thinks you're kind of cute, He was like, oh yeah, what's up with her type energy. So I went back downstairs. Oh, y'all was being messy. We had the cool manager that night. I was like, cool, running up and downstairs. Fern, he said, woot, 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 woot. She's like, okay, but not too much because I don't want to talk. Like, so I forgot what happened. I think she went on her break. I think I was off at that point. And
yes, because she would always, like, if we had got off like 2 or 3 hours apart, she would always stay at the store until I got off, and then she would come and spend the night. She was a real one.
A writer.
I stayed in her truck for like 6 hours while she was at work just doing my hair.
Because she was at my house every day.
That's
at my house. It was literally like
I'm gonna just single out my fiance who couldn't sit outside of my job for me.
Oh my god,
for 5 hours. You know, I'm just
5 hours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You hear that? That's writerism.
Writerism,
I'm not playing. That's crazy.
Bruh. Yeah.
And hold on, no. After I've sat outside her job for multiple, so I've done it. Unfair. Sorry. Sorry.
Want a hot seat?
So yeah, so she came upstairs, she was on her break, and we all were just sitting there talking. Like, we were all sitting up on the tables, and they were just like, yeah, we should all, link and like play games, listen to music, chill, whatever the case may be. And she was like, no. Let me tell you why she said no, though. My guy's older than us, but we're the same age. He was like years younger.
Yeah, the guy.
And we didn't know.
He was 17.
We were 20.
Okay. I was
19.
I started Safeway. He was 17, I was 19, but by the time we had started talking, I was 20 and he was 17. And I just felt like that was
too big,
pushing the limits a little bit. I was just like, I don't know if this is even okay with me. Like, it's 3 years. I understand. Like, I just turned 20. I was fresh 20, just turned 20. But I was just like, the fact that I'm 20, I just feel like makes a difference from when I was 19.
And maturity levels.
And I was about to say, it's really about maturity levels, like, and where y'all are at in life. Like, yo, he's working. Y'all
I'm a grown ass man.
Like, he ain't, it's not like he's a little boy.
I'm a grown ass man.
He
That's
said
what he said.
That was his favorite line.
Okay, well then
I'm a grown man.
That changes it a little bit. Grown ass men don't have to frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. It was bad.
Well, deep dive. Come on. I want to know how it got bad.
Nah. Go ahead, girl.
No, you go.
I mean, I really don't remember nothing.
You don't remember?
He was born in January. Like mid-January. Is that Capricorn?
Capricorn.
Yeah, Capricorn. Aquarius.
I think it's Capricorn.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then I forgot when. So I met him like February, and then I didn't see him for a while because his birthday was in February. I didn't know that. And I had met him when he was 20, but he had turned 21. And I remember him coming up to me the next time I seen him, and he was just like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "I'm 19. And he was like, "No, you're not." And to this day, I'm not lying. No one thinks that I'm my age. I don't know why, but every time I go work somewhere, I'm in a store. I was just at my sister's pop-up shop, and her sergeant asked me, "What grade are you in?" I was like, "I graduated 5 years ago." He was like, "Oh, well, you look good for your age." I'm about to be 24 this year, but everybody's always like, "Oh, I can see 19, I can see 18. I think I just have a baby face." I don't
get
know.
12.
I still get 15, 16. Especially when I shave.
Working in retail, are you old enough to have a job? I have a job, don't I? Like, what do you mean?
I'm old enough to have business that you're in.
Oh, yeah. Period. Okay. Yeah. Like, you look 12. I wouldn't pass you for more than 13.
Man.
I'm like, okay.
Man.
Next.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
It's crazy.
You have babies. One, watch your mouth. Yeah, you look like you're 16.
And if I was
make babies at 16.
And if I was with a baby?
If I was, I'd still be able to make a baby.
Okay. So
ask my parents.
He was just like, "Yeah, you I was like, "No, I'm 19. I just turned 19 in September." Virgo. And I forgot what happened, but it was just one day I was at home, I was off. He was like, "Are you at work?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh my gosh, how I'm gonna make it to this night shift and you not here?" I'm like, how you gonna make it through the night shift and you not here? You like me? He likes me. So now we're in March, and he's like, "Come over." Do you want me to come over? So you can ask my best friend, okay? I don't do things like this. I'm like contemplating. I'm texting her, bitch. He said, come over, bitch. It's this o'clock in the morning. I don't know. It was probably like 2. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yet we get off at midnight. So I'm like, I ain't gonna think too much of it, but I also don't want him to think I'm trying to. Okay. So I'm like, cool. He paid for my Uber. That's time. Yeah. He paid for my Uber there and back. And I was just like, all right, well, if you're paying, I don't really care. What was I thinking back then? I don't know, because anything could have happened, but it didn't, thank God. So we driving. I'm in the back of this thing, and he is like, share your, like, I guess you could share your location.
Yeah.
I was like, he cares about my safety.
Oh my God.
Is this babe for real?
Okay. Yeah, that's how I felt. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll share it with him. And then my driver was like, first of all, I was like, where the hell are we going? Because it's been a long drive.
Far, bro.
Far. It was at least 45 minutes. So I'm like, good God.
You could tell me if I got a whole 30 minute to an hour trip, didn't it?
Mysterious.
At night.
And then what am I coming here for? And
I thought the Uber was gonna kidnap me. I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was like, oh hell no.
Taking an Uber in the middle of the night is scary.
It's so frightening. And so I get there and I'm in the neighborhood. So he wasn't answering the phone. I don't know if he went upstairs in the bathroom or whatever. But my driver was like, which house is it? And I was like, I don't know. I ain't never been here. He was like, you coming to somebody's house that you don't know at 2 o'clock in the morning? I was like, it's not I don't know him. I don't know what house is his. And he was just like, all right. Because it was like 4C, 5C, 3C type houses. So I'm like, all right. Yeah, you know, I'm outside. And so the driver was like, okay, well, if he doesn't answer, I'll just take you back home. I won't charge you. And I was like,
I won't charge you. It's crazy. That's like an hour and a half.
Okay. I mean, that's fair though.
Yeah, it was 45 minutes. I was like, if you take me back,
looking at your ass like, you dumbass.
No, for real. So I see him like open the door. The body on this man.
The body? Was he not wearing a shirt?
Girl, he had on a shirt, but you know how in the grocery store we had on like bigger size clothes? He always had on that and a hoodie and a hood, and like, I don't know, I could just see him. I seen the waves. He had on some gray sweatpants.
Oh my God, the gray sweatpants
and a black H&M's like fitted type shirt. I was like, oh, this man has muscles. Okay, so I go in and stuff happens. Okay, first of all, he's like, you look good, whatever. We sit down. I'm watching TV with him. He like, why you get dressed up? I didn't, y'all. I had on leggings and like an oversized sweater that had some rips in it. I wasn't dressed up. If I did, why the fuck are you calling me out? Exactly. You. I was like, who did you call me here to look bunny? Okay. What you want me to look like? Now, I can't say that on here, but yeah, stuff happened, and that was the beginning. Now we gotta take a pause. Hello, yeah, that was the beginning.
Well, shout out to your Uber.
Shout out to you. I don't even remember your name. I don't remember what you look like. I just know you was a man. You had glasses. You were so nice, and I'm so glad that you got me there safely and offered to take me safely back.
That's a real one.
So we get the, first of all, that thing was
thing.
That thing was thing. I said, I ain't never had a curve before.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Curve. Baby, never go back. Yeah, it was real good. We was chilling. We was vibing. We was cool. After that, I stayed for like 2-3 more hours, but then we was all right. We gotta go to work. And then he was like, you could actually just spend the night. And I was like,
not that kind of
it was just that we had to go to work at the same time the next day. So he was like, do we really want people in our business? And I was like, nah. That went on for like till April. And then like the second week of April, me and him got into a really bad heated argument. And then we stopped talking. I started messing with somebody else that I used to mess with in the past.
Right. This is supposed to be Hot Girl Summer. We don't need to know how you got locked down.
Okay.
We didn't know what you was doing before you got locked
down.
So
I ended up messing with somebody. He was messing with him till August.
Ooh.
The rapper.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, really like June, because he kept breaking up with me and doing all the other stuff he was doing. Whatever. So then I met somebody else that I used to mess with back in the day, and
Dreads. Oh, at game night? Was that then?
No, that was before this.
Oh, really?
I thought Girl Summer really started in like the end of 2019.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, no judgment here.
We were hot girls for 2 summers.
For real.
Yeah.
Can't double back now. But somebody I was messing with back in my other summer ended up coming to this summer, and we was and we was chilling. He was coming over here. It was nice, you know. Then he said he wanted in the middle of stuff. I done had some traumatizing experience. Shit good, right? This nigga gonna say,
bruh,
yeah, you know, I just want to get you pregnant because I feel like it will motivate me to be a better nigga. I said, get out.
Get out of me right now.
Bruh.
Get out of me is diabolical.
Yeah.
I got off the top. I said, you know what?
Period.
This ain't it.
I think it's time for you to go.
Wrap it up.
I'd have been like, no. Black people.
Babies is
I don't
crazy.
know what you talking about.
When we just having fun. Babies is crazy when we just having fun.
Summer. Do you not know? He didn't know.
No, he didn't.
He didn't know. I'm sorry. Bless his
And
Lord.
then the person that I was messing with, the rapper, he who also worked with us in the store, he came back around. He tried to get back with me. I said no, because I skipped this. In September around my birthday, I had a party. My best friend threw me a party.
I did. It was so lit, bro.
It was my first party, and y'all had a strict life, so
yeah,
I had all the fun.
Okay? It was so fun.
He was supposed to come to the party. No, he wasn't supposed to come to the party. Ooh,
not mixing them up.
The rapper said he didn't want to come to the party. At this point, we were broken up because we broke up in August. He didn't want to come to the party because he was like, he lives an active lifestyle and he don't want to be out in the streets and anything happen. And what if something happened to his mans while he at my birthday party?
Ew.
Do you care about the mans more than?
Yes,
exactly.
Clearly.
He's the one that wanted to get you pregnant, right?
Nah, this was somebody else.
This somebody who worked with us at the store too.
Oh, okay.
So he was like, yeah, and no judgment. I was single, okay?
Listen, she ain't got shit on what I'm about to say.
Hot girl summer.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, you know, I got to worry about my man. So I text his mans because he's also my friend. I said, do you care about him coming to my birthday party? He's like, nah, I'm in such and such with my girl. I said, you screenshot? See? So I invited the guy whose house I went over that night. And he was like, yeah, he was going to come. My car broke down.
He didn't come.
Whatever. At that point, I didn't care. My
guy was supposed to come too.
He was. Yeah. He was. I didn't care.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Right.
I didn't care about the folding at first because I'm like, from the guy whose house I went over at night, my courtesy clerk, we stopped talking from April to August. We fell out for a long time and we did not speak no more. So I didn't care about him really not coming to the party. But he was like, I'm about to come get you. I'm about to light some candles. I'm about to put some lights up. I'm about to do this, that, and the other. So I'm like 20, getting my booties knocked down. I'm cool. Like, you coming to get me? Something happened with his car. I don't know. He didn't end up coming.
Yeah.
We stopped talking again.
Oh.
And then at the end of 2020 in November, Thanksgiving, he was like, what you doing? And I was like, we're not talking anymore.
Ooh.
First of all, he reached out to somebody else, a girl who worked with us, and was like, can you give me her number? She texted me like, do you want me to get this man your number? I'm like, do I want you to give this man my number? Go ahead. So she gives him my new number. He texts me like, hey girl, or whatever. And he's like, yeah, can I come get you? You can come stay with me. I'm like, can you come get me? You driving? No more Ubers, no more Uber there back. I ain't got to spend my money. So I'm like, great. I don't know. You know, a lot of things have happened. I got tattoos now. I just felt different, y'all. I just felt different as hell. So he came, got me. We watched movies. I stayed till the next day, and then from there, that was it. We ended up together. We've been together since.
I thought she was going to talk about the friend of my guy. You never talked about him.
The Dre,
who we used to hang out with, and we would go on double dates, even though we never hung out in public.
I was gonna wait till you start talking about him so that I can tell it.
I really don't remember anything about him though. Like, no shade or nothing. It's really just my memory. I really don't remember shit. Like, I don't even remember how, or like, I remember he would like, the only time we spoke is when he would come up to my register and speak to me. I never approached him ever. Yeah, I never approached him because, like I said, I'm just not the approach type, the talking type, the nothing. Like, I'm good in my own little. Yeah. So
maybe I do remember more about it. Okay,
I'm
telling I tell you, if you like, to.
I'm gonna tell what I remember, and then you could include your bits and pieces. So I just remember he would always offer to like buy me gummies or buy me a Gatorade or whatever, because it was like standing at the cashier stand from 3:30 to 12, and courtesy clerks got off at 10. So from 10 to 12, I was alone in the store with the manager. So he would always, like, when he would get off his shift, like, offer me a candy or a drink. We would also try to like align our breaks. So like, if he would get 15, he would like ask me when my 15 was, and we would try to, because they have align our breaks. Yeah. And he would also always try to make sure the break room was empty. Like, he would be like, "There's nobody up there right now." Like, I'd be like, "Okay, like, I can't change my break time. Like, I'm sorry." And I remember when they posted the schedule in the break room every week, I would always see like which days were aligned with him and like when we worked together and stuff. But it was this girl in the store who worked with us who also liked him, and they were the same age, so they were both 17, and she was one of them girls who like was really loud and boisterous, and like she had a friend in the store as well, and they were like loud and boisterous together. Like, it's one of those girls where like they, you know, that they want attention, like them types of girls. She, oh my god,
high school girls.
Like they would literally play tag in the store. We're at work. What are you playing? What? Anyway, so yeah, she was one of them girls, and like she was like a hater. She did not like me. Like, and I've never said nothing to this girl because Tanya was the only person I talked to. Even one of my supervisors didn't like me. She called me stuck up. I was like, valid. But yeah, she didn't like me because the dude that she liked didn't like her back, but he liked me, and she would see him talking to me, like coming up to my register and talking to me, but I guess he didn't talk to her. She would always talk to him, but he would never approach her. He would always approach me. And I guess when she like would see him buying me stuff or whatever, she would get mad, and like, I don't know if she ever talked shit or anything. Like, I really don't even remember. I really didn't talk to her, didn't care. But I just know that she did not fuck with me at all. And she was so fake. Every time she did talk to me, it was obviously her being fake. I'm like, girl, you need to work on your acting skills. Like, and I'm not even about to give you the energy. Like, she never got a smile out of me, never got a polite hello, nothing. Because, girl, I don't care to talk to you. I'm sorry. You don't have to talk to me. We don't have to be cool.
You don't even have to pretend.
Amen.
Honestly, like, I would prefer if you left me alone, just like everybody else. Please leave me alone. Yeah, so me and him, we never did anything physical. Like, we never had sex or nothing. To this day, we still never did anything. And it was because one reason was because of the age. He was 17 and I was 20, and I just felt like it was very, I don't know, it just made me feel strange. So I never did it in that aspect. I also never did it in this aspect of, I just feel like I didn't like him enough to do that. Like, I don't feel like he really put, I'm not gonna say he ain't put no effort in, but if I'm only seeing you at night and at work, and I'm asking you, like, let's hang out while the sun is up, and we have never hung out while the sun is up to this day, I'm not gonna do anything with you. Sorry. Like, even if I don't plan on you being my boyfriend, I still have standards.
Yeah.
And he only ever wanted to hang out when China and his friend, who China was dealing with, came with us. I'm like, it doesn't always have to be a 4-man.
Fucking 2-man, yeah.
Yeah, like it don't always gotta be that. Why can't you be by yourself? And then he'll say like, oh yeah, okay, we can do it by ourselves. And then when the time comes, he'll cancel. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? This is why you're not a grown man. You're 17. You're acting 17.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
like you can't even make me go against my own.
Make me compromise. Like,
exactly.
I'm telling you what I need, and you're not delivering, but you still. I just feel like we no, we not. No.
It was annoying.
Absolutely.
It was very annoying, but he was funny. You're pretty funny though.
Yeah,
he was a funny guy.
Dudes usually are.
Ooh. You know, you're not wrong. I've never even thought about that, but you're not wrong.
Usually all they got.
Yeah, I mean,
catch it.
But go ahead, tell what your 2 cents.
What I remember?
Yeah,
I got 99 cents, y'all.
For real, I got 2 cents, and it was my situation.
I forgot how they ended up like talking, but I just know one time because the guy that was his friend that I wasn't dealing with him. Let's just be clear.
Nicknames for these people
that I was talking to. We're gonna call him Rock.
Who? Yours?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call mine Donald.
Okay, so Rock and Donald were friends, but I have known Rock since I was 12.
Middle school.
We went to middle school together.
We all did.
I'm envisioning Rock Roy
and
Donald Trump.
And he wasn't talkative. Like, he didn't deal with people for real when we were in school. So I would have never known that man had a crush on me, even though now we know he has a crush on everybody.
But,
anyway.
Lock it.
Yeah.
I love me some locks. Okay. That's one thing you want to know about me. I love me some locks. Okay. He had locks. He was chocolate. We love chocolates, men over here. Yeah, so one day I think we were on our way to get food and they just were like, yeah, you guys want to link up or something? And I'm like, both of us? All of us? Okay, so we going to Sonic. We meet them at Sonic. They in their car, we in our car. We like, all right, they just gonna sit there. We gonna talk across cars or what? Like, what's happening? So they get in the car and it was cool. It was a very annoying the first time. Not gonna lie. It was a very, 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 I hope you see it, Worth. It was a very annoying because you know how you tell somebody like when y'all really trying to have conversations and talk about stuff and they are like playing and you're like, we're so dead serious.
Yeah.
That nigga kept playing. Rock kept playing. I'm like, bruh, it's not funny. Like, picking with me like you're a child. You know how they say when boys like you they'll pick with you. That's not cute.
How old was he?
He was
our age.
Just immature.
Beat him 4-wheeler riders.
I'm like, it's something about, I don't know, like you could be funny, you could be a goofball, but learn when to turn that shit off. Like that shit was, I don't know what the fuck. Like he the type of person that he think it's funny to mock you.
Oh, wow, that just came back to my mind. That was what was irritating me. Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking to you.
Oh, you are never getting no pussy.
And didn't.
Like,
yeah. Like,
and didn't. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. I was just like, and it wasn't even just me. He was mocking her too. I'm like, get your friend, Donald.
Jeez.
Get your friend, cause you're funny, but you are even like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. That nigga tripping. He said you were tripping, so you needed to calm down.
Your man said you tripping, didn't it?
Exactly.
Might have had anxiety or something then.
So that first time, nothing really happened. We were just chilling, and then it got annoying. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna go. And then we came back to her house and we talked about how annoying it was.
Yeah.
And how we'll probably never do that again. Did we do it again? Probably like 3 more times.
I might say multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty
front seat, back seat, and type. It never went more than like kisses
for them.
For them, she said. Speak for yourself.
It went.
Nah, we didn't do anything. That's what I'm saying.
Kiss.
No, we didn't.
Yes, y'all did, girl. Because you was telling me how his lips was.
I don't remember kissing this man. Until
I do after we left McDonald's.
Oh my god, you said McDonald's
After we left McDonald's, yes.
I don't remember kissing him until y'all stopped talking, and it was just me and him left. Girl, and he used to come see me. Like when he started coming to see me on his own, is the only time I remember ever kissing this man.
I remember you kissing this man beforehand.
Oh, maybe I'm tripping because we definitely used to kiss like in the break room. Never mind, I just lied. Yeah,
he did say ain't nobody up there right now.
Yeah.
Okay, it was very short-lived with me and Rock. Gladly didn't care, didn't mind. It's whatever. I don't like him. Then this man started liking her pictures on Instagram, putting her eyes into her picture on Instagram. I'm like, first of all, that's your friend. Okay, your friend is talking to her. 1, 2. Are we not friends? Do you think she's not going to say anything to me, no matter how short-lived it was?
Right.
And then when I told Donald that Rock would DMing me like heart eyes and stuff, he was talking about something. Yeah, he probably just playing. I'm like,
just playing is wild.
Bullshit. Neither of y'all want business. That's crazy.
I'm like, what the
whole
fuck?
Group, throw it away.
Exactly. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, and then they're constantly hanging out together every day, working out together every day. I'm like, okay, so you're cool with him talking to a girl, regardless if he's playing or not. It should be boundaries. You're point. Cool with him talking to a girl that you're trying to mess with.
Yeah.
Like,
weird.
I don't. Yeah, it was very fucking strange. Very fucking strange.
Not funny, haha.
Funny,
weird.
Yeah, but I blocked him a while ago because I don't know. Yeah, he just wasn't cutting it. Just not cutting it.
He wasn't living up to no type of expectation
at all.
Like you're not even going to defend me. You ain't going to go at your man.
Still never seen this man in the daylight. Or I seen him one time in the daylight, and it was because he lives in a neighborhood like the next neighborhood over, and so he be riding dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and stuff. The only reason I saw him was because they was riding around in my neighborhood, and he stopped outside of my house, and we talked for a few minutes.
Didn't he ask you if you wanted to get on?
Yeah.
Did you get on?
No, I didn't. I don't think, because it was raining, and I'm like, when you going fast in the rain, that shit feel like needles. I'm like, why would I want to? No, I'm good. But thanks.
I don't know why you're out here doing this, but
yeah, because he had on like a ski mask and stuff, and his skin was covered, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not even. No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
That's all.
But. Yeah, your turn. Go ahead, special guest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, thrown into the spotlight. Okay. Summer of 2018 was a very, very hot year. I don't know. I guess we're gonna bring this right back around to that Virgo that I was talking about. I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say his name on here, but I want y'all to know his name so you know how pretentious and fucking egotistic he already was as a Virgo.
I get it.
Bruh, do you remember the story we told about it was like our very first submission about the guy who never had sex before, and it was in a car?
Jesus.
No, his name was
oh no, I don't think I watched that one.
Really?
I don't think I watched that
one. You should watch
it. That is insane. Well, they need to be friends. But anyway. Yeah, so the story starts with me beginning this music program in Pittsburgh. And I swear, I promise, I went there with artistic intentions. Dick fucked me up. And
stigmatized.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't just that. It was the whole group. So it was listen, okay, all right, let me slow down. That's not what I meant.
Loving the crew.
Okay, well let me preface this by saying I ended up in a 4-way relationship. So y'all don't think it was too hot. But prior to that, I was messing with a girl that we're just gonna call her Birdie.
Okay.
And Birdie had a crush on Jay. All right, so I went to this program. I fell in with like this group of people, and to me they were like they were dancers, they were singers, they were artists, and like I don't know, it just felt like it felt like victorious or something. Like I would go to the program, and these were all of these artistic kids, and Chicago. That's what it felt like. Like so, I was excited. I wasn't really focusing on making music like I should have been. Mm-hmm. Mostly because I met Jay, and it was instant. And like very rarely as a guy, like, do you find instant attractions with other men? Like we like other men instantly, but them liking us back is different, especially the most popular dude in the class and the one that everybody's pinting after. So long story short, I knew I liked him and I felt like he liked me, but everybody's like, he's straight, never try. So I wasn't worried about it. So I started talking to this girl whose name was Birdie. I'm gonna call her Birdie. And from what I knew, she was a virgin. And, so I should have knew she wasn't a virgin because we fucked the first night. Like, first link, like, outside of us meeting in the program, like, I expressed interest in the program, and then, we linked. And that was it. And she was my girl after that. Should've known she was Anyway. So, her and I are dating for a little while, and I'm all about her. Like when I'm in a relationship, it's tunnel vision. But she wanted proximity to the guy that I liked, so she liked him.
What? I don't get it.
Jay. They knew each other already, and she already liked him. Okay. And because Jay and I were getting close, and there was already whispers, and people were saying like, oh, because people knew I liked him, but everybody's like, oh, he's not like that. But he liked me. So, unicorn. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that term, because I would end up being the only guy he ever messed with. But, unicorn. So, up until that point, he was very fluent in the art of vagina. But I was his first with all of that. So, listen. So anyway. So she would make little remarks like, basically saying like, keep chasing after Jay and this and that. And at that point, like, I legitimately had listened to the warnings. I wasn't really chasing him, but he was migrating closer and closer to me. So I started like, hey, all right, what is this? Is this what it is? So one time her and I got into it after she said that, and we broke up. While her and I were while her and I were broken up, me and Jay were getting closer to each other. And like one day he just texted me at like 8 a.m. Mind you, I'm going home. I'm telling my mom like, this nigga is so fun, but he's unattainable, which is my problem because that is usually my attraction. That's my type. So the mysterious and unobtainable. So I'm coming home telling my mom and stuff, and one day he just randomly texted me at 8 a.m. and he was still in school, so like this was his last year, and I guess he was skipping school, but I didn't know this, so he was just like, what are you doing? At this point we hadn't even really had that many conversations to be like, what do you mean, what are you doing? Just hopped in my inbox. This is a new thread. Like, what are you doing? I didn't even say I just woke up, but I'm like just waking up and texting him like, nothing, what's up? He was like, I'm at your door. I was like, ooh. Ran upstairs, past the door, up to the like my hair back, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit. This is like, anyway. So I let him in. When he comes in, he sits there. I sit on the opposite couch of him because I know I like him. And I don't want to, like, overstep any boundaries because up until this point, all I know is, like, he's straight. So he's just like, what? He hit me with the, why are you all the way over there? And I'm like,
oh, my God, that line.
I was like, where you want me to be? Like, I ain't say that.
Tell me where
you know what I'm saying? Tell me what to do. If you can't tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. So, like, where do you want me to be? You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I don't know. So at this point, like, the energy is like, I could tell that he knows that I like him because he's like, I'm just thinking in my head, he's one of them straight guys that likes to play, like, he likes that energy and likes the attention, which would be the case. But, I had to figure that out. So, like, I could feel the energy. Like, he knows I like him. He wants to play with me. He wants to see me squirm. So, time goes by and we're getting closer and stuff, and I started asking, like, what is this? He's like, I don't know. I don't like guys, but I like you. Like, and I'm like, period. All right.
Yeah.
So, time is passing, and I found out I guess we got close enough to where he didn't feel right holding this secret that I'm about to drop on y'all. So, mind you, I don't know if him and I, like, we're in limbo, but we're like this. Like, we're together every day. Everybody you see one of us, you see the other. People's making jokes, and he's unlike regular straight guys, he's letting it roll off of him. He's just, you know what I'm saying? So, at this time, Birdie and I aren't together because she said what she said, and I didn't like it. So, he comes over to my house one day, and we're talking, and we're, laughing and everything. And we went to our friend's house, who I'll just call, I'll call D. Mm-hmm. We went to our friend's house. He was a part of the friend group. Now, D he's one of them. Sassy. And he wanted my man. And he wanted him. Okay? So, he'd been everybody in the friend group. Listen, the entire friend group. Hear me out, okay? All right. The only person in the friend group that didn't want him is my fiance. I married her.
Wow.
So hold on. No, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? I had to put the ring on the realest one in the group. Period. So, so D wanted him. And he was younger than us. He was about 4 years younger than us. He was the baby of the group. So he was whiny. He was like always, woe is me. I don't have a man. And then they'd been brothers. Like, they'd been around each other for years. So, meaning he tried him multiple times. Mm-hmm. So he did not like the attention that I was getting off of just being myself. I did not, like I said, when I came around, it was like, oh, he's cute. He's straight. Don't try it. Okay, cool. I'm not. Mm-hmm. But he was coming in closer and closer to me, and he did not like that. So, I want to say his name so bad, but since you clearly need the clout that bad, but I'm not gonna give it to you because we don't even do that. But yeah, so I peaked the energy off of him. He wanted him, and when I would want to tell him stuff like, bro, I think he might like me, like saying little stuff, I could see the discontentment on his face. So I was like, oh, you're not the person to tell good news. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people in your friend group, you don't want to tell them good news because, So that's what it was for me. And so I stopped. But one time we were over his house and we were drinking. I had just turned 21. I was the oldest. I was going to go get beer from the liquor store and stuff. So I'm like, all right, we're turning up. And I got a little lit. Jay got a little lit. And we're all a little lit. Something happened to where, they were off somewhere. Ugh, reliving this is crazy. Something happened to where they were off somewhere. And I just got bold because I was drinking, that liquor courage.
Yeah.
And I asked him, do you like me? And he was like, isn't that obvious? And I was like, no, it's not obvious. Aren't you straight? He was like, yeah, but I like you. And so I felt like that nigga, you know what I'm saying? And before I could ask any other questions, the man grabbed me by my shirt and kissed me.
What?
And kissed me. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling pretty good. I did the impossible. I didn't even try this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. So I told y'all that. So y'all understand who was making the effort, who was making the moves. So when you unlock that fucking crazy and started acting like a Virgo, So time goes by. There's another girl in the group. We're going to call her Nia. Mm-hmm. Nia was his best friend. So Nia and I were talking, Nia and Birdie was girl best friends, but Nia and Jay were boy and girl best friends. Should have been off limits to the whole friend. Listen. But he was open season. But I'm gonna shut up. But so he, where was I? Nia and Jay. So Nia and I, we had started getting tight because I was trying to get her out of this. It's if you like him, you know what I'm saying? Speak on it. If y'all's this close, y'all been this close for this long, you think I got the same energy? No. Anyway, she was basically if it wasn't for me, I want to say this right now. If it wasn't for me, she would have never went out of her shell. She would have never expressed to this man that she liked him. It would have never gotten where it went. So they were talking. Me and Birdie are on and off. Jay comes over to my house one day, and he asked me, "Hey, how would you feel if me and Birdie did the do?" So now I'm upset with her. So I'm also like, I don't care. Like, she can do whatever she want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just didn't think in my head that would really be a thing that happened. Like, you know, and I'm at this point, I'm in love with this her and him. And like, I have feelings for him, but I'm in love with her. So her and I are on and off, and he basically asked me, how would you feel if we, you know? And I was like, I mean, I don't care. Like, you know, defensive. And he looks me square in my eye and tells me that they already did. So,
like, after y'all kissed?
Yeah. So, oh, listen. Yeah, and to look me in my eye and like really like, okay, so, and blame me for your reaction.
What is the point of asking me if you already did it?
Exactly. What if I said no? It would have been a secret. You lied, you know.
Exactly.
So he told me, and of course, I don't really know how to cope in this situation. And you put me on the spotlight. They're at my house, so like, I'm upstairs in the kitchen now, trying to wash dishes, just trying to wrap my head around. Because I told him, I'm like, okay, you know. But I go upstairs and it wasn't okay. Like, it wasn't okay in my head. So fast forward to a couple weeks, you know, her and I got back together. Her and I got back together because I'm an idiot and I didn't know how to cope. I was an idiot and I didn't know how to cope. So, yeah, that happened. Fast forward, one night, we're all, again, back in Dee's basement drinking. And she basically, this is the first time that I'm really confronting her about how that made me feel. And she promised me, you know, I don't want to ever do it again. You know, I don't know. We weren't together, this and that, which I will also find out wasn't true. But she's like, we weren't together and all of this. Just know I'm good for revenge. So we're talking about my hot them summer. Understand, this is the build up to how this was the coal that was making it hot. Because I was trying to be committed to two motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but one at first, then, you know what I'm saying? Then they start playing with me, so it's like, okay, and I'm bisexual. I'm polyamorous, so okay, I'm messing with the man.
Poly? Oh my god!
Yes.
I've never met a poly person before.
Yes, because of this reason, that has become a lot more complicated with just trusting people, and you know, because before this, I didn't have insecurities. Like, you're a free person, as long as I'm one of the people you like, and at the end of the night, you know, or at the end of the day, like, I'm who you're being intimate with, you're telling your stories with, you're crying with, you're laughing with. I don't care who you busting up with. Like, that's really just not how my mind works. I don't want to own you. That's how I feel.
You got strength.
You know? Well, I had. I had until the summer of 2018. So, yeah. So she, that night I confronted her. She told me basically it was over, this and that. That night is subsequently also the night that we all got into a 4-way relationship. Because in my mind, now mind you, I'm the traumatized one here. Listen, I was coping. I didn't know. Looking back, that was the dumbest move that I could have made, but it felt smart. We're all lying and see, going up under each other's back and blah blah blah. Why not get together? You know, I don't know. That's how my mind works. So now we're in a 4-way relationship. Now I get to witness the man being lustful.
Yeah.
Being like showing that interest and energy. Now at this point, this is my man. My first man. This is the first time that I've been in a relationship with a man. Mm-hmm. Where's my attention? Where's my energy? Where's my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't getting shown any of that. But I'm watching you give it to 2 motherfuckers.
And they were girls?
And they were girls. Mm. So this became the thing that I would ask. Like, okay, listen, if you're not attracted to me, I need you to like understand that about yourself and be able to present that, because there are expectations that come with being in a relationship, and if you're not able to fulfill them, I need to be the first to know.
Yeah.
I was gaslit throughout for about 4 months, where it was like, if I brought this up and tried to have a legit conversation about it, I was doing too much. I was this. I wasn't happy. You got Jay. Why are you complaining? Why are you? Because do I have him? You know what I mean? They have him. I see them have him, but do I have him? So that would go on for a little while, and at a certain point, it became a bit much. So then a couple months later, I found out that night that she promised that she didn't want to do anything with him, blah, 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 and we got into a 4-way relationship. After I got drunk and passed out, they fucked. Damn. Never found... Established all these people are lying. Yeah, didn't find that out for like a year. Like, I didn't find that out for like a year after. So, after all of this man... Oh, yeah, I gotta drop another bomb. He ends up having a baby on us. Outside of the relationship.
I was about to say.
Outside of the relationship. Okay? And the girl that I said, like, she was getting the attention because she was a female. Of course, me saying this, he's like, no, that's not why. Gaslighting. This is why. She's a female. You know how to act with her. Just, why can't you express it? Anyway. She goes and fucks his brother and gets her pregnant. So the one you did all this and left before it did, you know, all of that. Got pregnant by his brother.
When you ask somebody, "Are you like that?" and they say no, but I like you, they're just
like
horny.
Curious,
because you like them. They like the attention that you give.
They
don't really like
and it really took me a while. Like, I had never encountered this sort of being before.
Yeah,
I had never. So I'm hanging on to every word because, again, in the beginning, it's like, everything you're giving me, I've never gotten from a guy. Like, and then for you to be presenting it straight, and then for, you know what I'm saying, for all of them to want you, and your attention is on me. Like, I was intoxicated. So I let a lot of stuff go on. But here's where I start taking my power back. Mm-hmm. So I asked him one time. Now, mind you, this is after months. At this point, you've done the deed with everyone in the group, but me.
Yeah.
So I asked him, if I do it with someone else, how would you feel? Huh?
Did it with E too?
No. Oh, okay. He did not. He wasn't into, like, the real, like, you know, which is one of the reasons that we, like, you know.
Sir, I just can't with Jay.
Listen. I just can't with Jay. Listen, there's so much more. There's so much more that doesn't even tie into this story. So, but let me just finish this. So I asked him, you know, we're walking to my place, and I just had the courage to ask, like, if I gave it to someone else, would you be upset? He looks me square in the eye and says no. What y'all think I did? I didn't. No. I wasn't him. I asked you up front, but you gave me your answer. So we get down to, like, we're going down to my fiance's house, who at this point is just, like, my best friend. And, you know, I'm telling her about it and stuff. And her cousin is there. And he fine. He fine. Like, I mean, he's fine. And again, he's real thuggish, real straight presenting. And I was... now, mind you, I wasn't all over it. Guess who was all over it? D's little hot fire and that. He's all over it. But it was because of D that I knew that he was down. So I scheduled a visit. I started flirting with him. I started talking to him. And y'all was about to think I'm a whore. D and I went to his house. And D, I guess they did stuff. But I was there for one reason. I wanted one thing. He actually did stuff with D. I went there to give him some time. Just to have done something out, you know, outside. Just to have done something and see. And so when I present it, because I'm not a cheater. I asked you straight up. You looked me dead in my eye. So it was never my intention to withhold it. It was done so you could find out. You know what I'm saying? So the next conversation we had, I told him, yeah, this is what happened. And that man cried on the phone like a baby. And I'm just confused at this point.
Cry when they're in the wrong.
And I'm just confused at this point because it's like, what do you want from me? Like,
he wants you to be all about him.
All about him.
That's it. Yeah. He don't want to give you nothing. He wants you to give him everything.
That is exactly what it was. So when I tell you my hot them summer began then and there.
Yeah.
And for the first time, like, I beat myself up because it's like, I'm a cheater. I've never cheated. I've never been that guy. I was always free. Listen, this is what I'm doing. If we're together, or, you know, if we're not, this is what I'm doing. But and for all intents and purposes, I cheated on that man. But, you know, A couple times, because he just refused to give me what he wanted when I needed. So therefore, you know, meanwhile, him and Birdie were still fucking around. Now, we ended up breaking it up because he didn't want nothing to do with her. He was like, basically, I'm in love with Nia and you. I don't really have feelings for Birdie. So Birdie,
which one was pregnant by his brother?
Nia, not yet. That happens after all of this.
That's all.
Yeah,
the one
he's in love with, the one he played me to the. Yes, that's his karma. Listen, and then came back to me years later talking about how I could. Then come back to me years later talking about some. I can't believe she would do this and this and that, screwing my brother. And I'm like, do you remember, like, before we were together, like, I considered you my bro. Like, we were like this, like. So that's exactly what Birdie did. Mm-hmm. And you didn't see anything wrong with it. Like, karma is atrocious. But yeah, so no, hold on, because around the same time, now, I'm at this point, I realize I'm being gaslit. The entire group wants proximity to him, so they're taking his side. And the one motherfucker that wasn't. The one motherfucker that, listen, real is real, raw is raw, you're wrong, Jay, was the person that I am engaged to. Of course, we weren't messing around at all. Like, I was not looking at that girl.
Yeah.
Like, we were not looking at each other at all. But, yeah, so after that, like, I would download, I know y'all know what Grindr is. I was on Grindr, and I don't really use those things, you know, but I was desperate. I wanted something right then and there. I wanted something to shove in his face. So, yeah, I began a bit of a spree. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. But again, I was coping, and nobody in my vicinity would validate where my mental state was and how it had got there. And so all I knew was how to act out. Exactly. And I became everything that I didn't want to be: loud, boisterous, confrontational, jealous, insecure, all of those things. And he just watched me dance. Like, he just watched me dance. And so, yeah, I was, ooh. He probably doesn't know this. I really hope this comes across your screen. Mess with his brother?
The same one who got the girl pregnant?
No, another one. Actual.
Damn.
And what was like his best friend?
Were they all DL?
No, one of them wasn't, but the other one was, yeah. And I did the do. I had fun. And after I told him about that, guess who wanted some?
Of course.
So you heard about it around town.
And now he wanted. So now this is a little crazy, but my fiance was there during this while it happened, and she claims that was the first time that she was attracted to me.
Wait. What? She was there while y'all were doing what y'all were doing?
Yes, and she was doing what she was doing with her girlfriend.
At the same, like, were y'all in the same room?
We were in the same room, yes. And she said, hearing me moan was when the first time she was attracted to me.
So she's also bi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
how are y'all so comfortable having sex in front of people?
Well, it was dark. Like, we were on the bed, and it was like the room was a lot bigger than, so like we were a little further away, but she heard me. Like, we were in the same room. We were in a basement, so like we were in the same room.
I've done that, but they were asleep.
Who? When?
I've done that a few times. I had sex in the back of a van before with people driving and people, because you know how like some cars have 3 rows.
I remember. That was with.
Yeah.
That I remember.
We were in the back seat laying down.
I said, hey, if y'all can't hear, y'all sleep. But no, they was wide awake. They was getting busy too. Yeah. They was doing stuff too. That's crazy. And yeah, she said that was the first time. So I was like, ooh, you a little freaky thing. Cause I wasn't I was the bottom.
Both of them. Both the guys, did you just say it, the one with the same name? Both of them. I've done it with both of them.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
In the same vicinity as someone else?
Yes.
Period. She said, because I'm going to get mine. Yeah. I'm going to get mine. No, yeah, but that was my hot summer. I was busy, but
his cousin was in the room.
I was absolutely coping.
Yeah, as you should have.
Yeah, definitely. And then I would end up getting into a relationship with the man that I cheated on him with.
Which one?
D.
The one you gave
No,
head
not
to?
D. Okay, his name is let's call him Rick.
Okay.
His name is Rick. That's yeah, that one. That's Shell's my fiance's cousin. Yes. Yeah, which is a whoo.
Ooh, child.
Ooh, child. Ain't no shame in our game. Listen, everything led us to where we are now. So
Different strokes.
I definitely wear my journey on my sleeve, and I'm definitely not that person no more. Definitely get busy if you try to cross me, but other than that, I'm good where I'm at. But back then, I wanted what I wanted, and I wanted that. Yeah. I wanted that loyalty in that relationship from the person that damn owed it to me.
City Boys up 10.
You know what I'm saying? But
period.
And as a result, I got too busy. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my hot day them summer.
Honestly. But that leads us into the other subject is sexualities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
Well, you said what you are you just bisexual? Is that what you identify?
I identify as pansexual, but people understand more bisexual more.
Yeah.
I like humans that have good energy.
I used to identify as pan-romantic, not pansexual, because I thought I was ace. Like, I thought that, you know what ace is? People who don't want to have sex.
And don't have attraction.
Yeah. Like,
asexual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asexual. So I was like, I'm pan-romantic, asexual. Like, that, I always used to say that. Like, at the time, it's about to get a little deep here, but at the time, I had a boyfriend. The reason I thought I was asexual was because I never wanted to have sex with him. Every time he wanted to have sex, I didn't want to have sex. I ended up still having sex with him because I didn't know what grape was. Okay?
Yeah.
And so every time I did it, that's what it felt like. Because I didn't like it. So I started thinking, maybe something's wrong with me. Maybe my brain chemistry is off or something. And he was the person I lost my virginity to. Yeah. So I didn't know what sex was supposed to feel like, for real.
Yeah.
I just know that every time I did it, I didn't like it. Yeah. But it was because later in life I found out. It was because I just wasn't sexually attracted to him.
Yeah.
Like, but I still did it with him.
Romantically attracted to him.
Yeah. I did it because of him. Yes, he wanted it. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like, I will always, like, right after we have sex, go to the bathroom. I would sit in the bathroom for like 15 minutes and just cry, just on the floor crying, because I'm like, there's something wrong with me every time I have sex with him. I feel disgusting. Like, it made me feel so bad about myself. Like, I'm like, why do I feel like this? I went to therapy with him. She was like, maybe you have thyroids. Maybe there's something going on with da-da-da-da. Whole time after I got a relationship with him, sex is fine now. As long as I want it, sex is fine. Like, it's cool. I really thought I was asexual. The reason I say pansexual is because I love, like you said, humans, and like, it really doesn't matter to me. Like, I have a type, but I've never been with my type. Like, I've been with my type, like, people who have my types features. Like, I love long hair. I've been with people who have long hair, but they've never been like fully my type. So I think I'm really capable of dating anybody. I don't care if you're trans or bi or
it's about
whatever.
Your energy. Like, if we that, like you said, like, so I feel like sexual attraction and romantic attraction are really literally so separate. Because I've been romantically attracted to somebody that I wasn't never sexually attracted to. Sexually attracted to somebody I would just never romantically be involved with. And I feel like that I'm sorry that was your experience, but I'm glad you went through it, so you know, because like, you could have just been done. That's the end of it. Like,
I'm never doing this
what
again.
The big O was, or
so definitely was ace for a while, or thought I was asexual for a while. I will all tell people I'm straight always, but that's just because I don't know. really what I am.
Shit.
Like I really thought I was secure in my pan sexuality, pan romanticality, whatever.
Yeah.
Back then. Now, I just say straight, but it's just because I don't really feel like explaining. Like I'll be interested in other people, but I've never really done anything with other people. Like yeah, like I'm too scared. First of all,
you'll know what I am if I like you.
Yeah,
like it's that simple.
And I've only had like three experiences with females, and it was not sexual. I mean, it was like sexual acts. Like one girl, I slept over her house, and we would just like, we were in middle school, so yeah. But we like, played with each other's boobs, and we liked each other, and we would like cuddle and stuff. And it was another girl. I went on a date with her. I ended up not liking her at the end of the date because all she did was talk about her ex.
Oh,
but,
I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just like, can we talk about something the fuck else? I don't know what the fuck that y'all still in contact. What the fuck exactly? So stop talking to her. And then my other girl experience was with you. Remember? You were at your aunt's house or something?
Yeah, I remember that.
Y'all had a sexual experience.
No.
Do you?
Yes, you do. Nigga said, let me feel your pulse. I'm gonna go get you some. Like, y'all been giving that. I'm not even gonna cap. I've been over here questioning, like,
Well, we've never.
Okay, best friends.
It wasn't like sexual.
I'ma just say, me and Nichelle was best friends when we first. I
don't even think we're each other's types.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a bad bitch, period. But.
No, I don't think we're each other's types at all. I don't know what those experiences, and we've kissed more than once, multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed those. Okay.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. I've recently
trunk
come to believe that like my romantic, like the ability to be romantically attracted to men has dissipated for me, and. Like, I'm obviously still like, oh, he's fine. And, like, you know, chemistry still chemistries.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, being attracted to, like, a man's mind, the way a man, like, acts, I'm just not. I feel like I've kind of, like, the last situation that I was in just kind of, it just fucked it up. And I just think that I'm good right now. Unless it, like, is really something that is, like, undeniable, that happens and flows naturally as possible. I'm done seeking. I'm done with I don't have it in me anymore, you know.
Just the attractiveness of them is like
okay, just like the visual appetite, just like, oh, you're fine, but I don't even have it anymore to be on some I wonder what his Instagram is, or I wonder like I don't have it anymore. Just you're fine, beautiful, wonderful, go on about your life. Please don't come over here. Even if you want to be over here, don't even come over here. I need time.
Try it.
I need time to heal, honestly. And I'm taking that.
So is your fiance poly too?
Yeah. So our specific flavor, like I said, since the last situation that happened, we aren't open to things that we don't do together. Let's say that. So like, we're open to like sexual experiences together, like. Yeah. But outside of that, like becoming romantically involved with somebody else, and it just hasn't worked. It definitely hasn't worked. And like I said, the 4-way relationship was already, like, okay, this can't work. But it's like, no, maybe it's just the people. And then you try with other people, and it's just like, this is fucking complicated. Unless life literally puts you in my face and says, here, you're supposed to love him, he loves you, or she's supposed to love her, she loves you. Other than that, I think I'm good. I'm just trying to get my money up. And I have a woman and a 2-year-old fucking carbon copy of her. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't do nothing or no one else. But we are still polysexual. We are still open to, you know, the best case scenario. We've just had worst case scenario so many times that it just doesn't seem doable.
I don't know. When I was younger, I was attracted to both, always. It's never been like,
same.
I didn't really know the whole straight whatever. Yeah. I know my people are with men. I grew up in a Christian household. I'm still a Christian. you supposed to be with a man, be with a man. But I have been with girls. I've had experiences with girls. I've dated girls. I think the first time I ever was like, I like girls was, I think, 7th grade. You know, everybody was on, oh, this my wifey, this my ride or die, this my lock and key, this my da-da-da. And then we would have stuff like National Kiss Days and stuff like that. And I kissed this girl. Well, this girl kissed me. You remember, her name was, her leg was like, yeah, it was her. And I was like, is it just a spirit that came over me? Did I kiss her? Like, what is it?
Ooh, girl.
I was so
if the spirit came over you, the spirit came from India.
Okay. I was just like, okay. After that, I left it alone because I was like, because I really do, I love men, okay? So I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I think my 7th grade year, I had this girl. I actually ended up fighting her, but we were talking. We were dating, and I forgot what happened.
Oh, I never even told y'all I ended up fighting Jay in the middle of the street. Yeah, we fought.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. Yeah.
And that's how the summer of 2018 ended. Him and I fighting in the middle of the street.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
So me and her ended up fighting. I don't remember what happened, but my mom ended up like finding out that I was talking to her. And I forgot how, but she was like, "You're dating her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my girlfriend." And she was just like, "Yeah, no." Like,
no.
She was just like, "No."
Not in my house.
Yeah, that's really what she's. You do whatever you do outside the house, but in my house, no. Like, whatever. And so I just was like, okay, I kind of kicked her to the side. I kind of felt like, again, maybe I don't, because I ended up fighting this girl. So maybe I really don't. Maybe it's just a thing that's because it gets trendy and people just do it because it's trendy. Yeah. So I was like, maybe it's just one of those things.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it was with Jay.
Then I realized 9th grade summer, it wasn't just a thing. Like, I really was into girls. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, like, whatever. My thing is, I had to realize that I was sexually attracted to women.
Yeah.
Not romantically attracted to women. So I'm like, the thought of me doing things with you is what makes me like you. But it's been probably 2 girls, not even 2 girls I'll say I've actually like liked and been surprised that, like, damn, I really mess with you. Like, I really would, because I always be like, I would never marry a girl.
So that like you,
because I feel like that. But it was this one girl. She was older than me. Now she's like 28. I think she just turned 28 in April. I really liked her. Like, I was like, dates and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, damn, like I could rock with you for real. I would say, never said it before, that I'm bisexual, but I don't like every girl. I don't look at every girl and be like,
and that's
she's fine. Like, no, if I like you, I have to like you.
The way your mind works, the way you communicate.
Everybody, which is why I'd be like, I'm straight, but if it's the one, then maybe. My opinion. Disclaimer, my opinion. I am not into like dating transgender people. Okay. That's just not my cup of tea. Yeah. I guess it's because I still have a battle within myself, because I am a Christian. I know what's right to me. Yeah. Not generally. What's right, what I feel like is right to me. But that's just me. If I have to figure my own shit out, I'm not gonna try to figure you and yours out and then us together. I would rather have myself set before I be like, I would do something.
And I think that's why, like, I'm more like, because, like, I don't know, I feel like sex is secondary. So I feel like you just said, where it's like figuring that shit out. I feel like if we vibe and I'm physically attracted to you, I'm mentally attracted to you, I like being around you, what literally is in your pants comes second. Like, I don't know before, unless, like, of course, like, when it's with guys, like, I know that you got it in. But, like, I've also been attracted to a trans man that I did not know was trans. And when I tell you,
I feel like that's different, though.
I don't know. What you mean?
Because you don't know. Like, you didn't know.
So that's what I'm saying.
And it's like,
so
that's
once I already had the attraction, finding that out was just like oh, okay.
So it don't matter.
Anyway, like, cool. We'll figure that out later. But it never got there. I wanted it to, but it never got there. But that's where my mind was, and even he was asking me then, like, what made you attracted to me and stuff. I just liked you. I like the way you talk. I like the way you deal with conflict. I like, the way your mind works. And he was like, so you didn't care that I was trans? I was like, I didn't know. He was like, and when you found out, I didn't care. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You. Now, maybe off jump, if it's like, okay, we're going into this, we're dating, and it's like, okay, let me know. Like, then, I could, all right, well, let me figure out if I want to figure out who's poking who. Like, but I don't know. I feel like if you make the connection first, it shouldn't matter.
I also feel like in some instances, people are attracted to femininity and masculinity. Not really whether you're... Yeah, exactly. Because I think me saying I don't... Like, my thing is, if I'm getting masculinity, I want it from a man.
Oh, girl.
I
Preach.
Like feminine females. I don't
feminine
like
females and I like masculine men, but I wear skirts and heels and lipstick. Like, that's who I am. But what I am attracted to, like, I don't know, but I don't know though. Because studs give me such vibe panic. If they do it right, I don't know which part of me is attracted to you, and I don't care. Like, I've been there before, where it's like I don't quite know what you got going on, but can you have going on over here? Okay. I've definitely been there before. But typically, I like men who act like men, and I like women who are women. Soft. Like, when I raise my voice, I want you to lower yours. I wouldn't, like, I get you. You know what I'm saying? And like, and this is vice versa with a man. If he's gonna raise his voice, it's time for me to shut the fuck up. Like, that's just how I feel.
I think that I really knew I liked girls. This is gonna sound crazy. I don't even know if I've ever said this, but because of her, I used to like her. For her, I used to like her for the longest time. I didn't know at first that I did like her, but I'm like, I like her. And I think it was around that time that we stopped speaking. And I was just like, dang.
Which time, bitch? That happened multiple times.
When we stopped speaking in middle school, until high school, until like the next time I seen you again, that whole time, I think I found out that I liked her. Because I'm like missing her in a different way that was like my friend. And I'm like, she not even like that.
I know that feeling.
And I didn't even know in middle school that she was even doing things like that with people. But I'm like, I like this girl. Like, but you gotta kill dreams. I killed that real fast. I was like, she's my best friend. I wouldn't want nothing to happen and then we not be friends anymore. Yeah, and plus,
listen,
I learned, my type is my type, okay?
You think I'm feminine?
Okay, let me say appearance. I don't want you to... My thing has always been, if I want to be with a man, if I want to be I will go mess with a man. I like you because you're a woman, not because you act like a man.
That energy.
You carry yourself. Yeah, if you can have both and you're a woman, I have both.
I've never come across a man that carried, like, and what I'll say is an imbalance of feminine energy, because I feel like you're supposed to have some sort of balance, and that's where we have toxic masculinity, because it's void of any kind of feminine. But I've literally just never met a man that was more feminine that I was attracted to. But with women, like, I've met studs that were like, oh, you fine young gentle lady. Like, I don't
gentle lady.
Like, it's definitely happened before, but not the other way around. I've actually dated a stud before. Yeah, that's a long story too.
You be like that. Yeah, I mean,
ended up fighting her too. Listen, it's hard in these streets. That's what I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's just up and down with me, basically. Like, I'll say I'm straight because I want to be married to who I'm with now. I want to have kids. I don't I'm not really into the whole we'll be together and we'll go to a clinic and get it put in, and now I'm carrying a baby and it's both of our baby. Like that. Yeah, I'm just not into that type of stuff.
But see, that's the thing. Like, that's you where you're at on your journey. You could, just like you just said, like, where it was like, oh, I didn't even realize, like, I like this motherfucker. Like, I like this motherfucker. That can happen. Where it's like, do you question, like what you just said, I don't really want to do this and that. Where that becomes a, wait a minute, am I about to have to do this, that? And it becomes, like, you gonna say, I'm not saying, like, that will happen, but just that it can happen where you just, a motherfucker, when they present to you, like, a dude walked up to you and you're like, ooh, his voice, his all of that. And then, you know, the big moose started big moosing. And you don't even know.
Yeah. A long time I had to, like, determine whether or not, because I had this happen with guys in me. Guys would come to me and be like, I love you, I like you, and I'm like, no, it's because I'm nurturing. It's why you like me, because you had a lack of nurturing from your parents. And they're like, no, that's weird. I'm like, stop thinking about it like that. No, I'm being for real, because I had to realize who I like women like because I didn't have a nurturing mom, because I didn't have affection from my mom. So when I started feeling it, I'm like, this might just be because I got some trauma, not because this is what I really like.
Yeah. I could definitely relate. Like, my father was my first abandonment wound. And so, and guess what? Y'all want to take a guess at what sign my father was?
A Virgo. Gemini.
He was a Virgo. Oh. And I didn't know that before I started choosing fucking Virgo men. But looking back and asking my mom, like, when is my dad's birthday? The 20 what? That makes the 23rd. He's right there. So that made so much more sense because Virgos and Leos was literally all I attract. The September. And my so that was my first abandonment wound. Like, you know, wasn't there and everything. And so, like, chasing the guys that literally weren't there, that knew how to not be there, that knew how to, like, make me sit and wonder and want that affection that I'm supposed to have, right? You know, but it was very synonymous. That's another thing that, like, recently I've come to understand that, like, I need to take a break from even. I don't want it to be fueled by that. I don't want it to be fueled off of trauma and off of something that I lacked as a child. But that was definitely prominent in, like, my promiscuity when I was, like, a teenager. And, you know, so. And then on top of that, I have mommy issues. So.
That's real. And people don't like to talk about it. People are always, well, you're born this way. Not everybody. Everybody isn't like that. Like, sometimes that is just created when you're looking for a lack of something.
Yeah. And I definitely agree.
Issue. Yeah.
And had I not encountered Jay, I would probably be arguing with you right now. Not arguing with you, but, like, debating that. Like, but understanding that, like, because after everything, all I was left to wonder is, what the fuck was any of this? Like, you know, there was no real sexual attraction. There was no, like, what was this experience? What did you do any of this for? You could have left me the fuck alone. But wondering that, it's like, okay, there was something there. There was something that I filled for you that had nothing to do with me. And yeah, that happened. Tamani she's not feeling good right now. So I get the pleasure of closing out the show with my love.
So, thank you guys. It is China.
Okay. I had to make sure. I almost called the girl. I was about to say Santa, but I'm like, I made y'all up. Like, when I was talking to her, I was like,
I still didn't see that video. I need to watch it.
I definitely did, and I'm like, this ain't the girl from the last episode, right? And I was tripping because it had been like a week since I watched, so I'm like, am I tripping?
I think I got sick.
True,
I couldn't do it. Yeah, and then the first one with Candy, I had tore my meniscus in my knee. Oh my God. I was just like, she did snippets. But okay.
Thank you so much for tuning into our podcast. And I want to thank China and Monty for having me.
Yes, we were so excited. We're glad that you came. You guys remember to continue the conversation in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share the video. Absolutely. And as always, stay fab.
Stay fab.
Bye.